Hi guys, we are here today to talk about time blocking. Now, time blocking is an awesome tool that you can use as an early career occupational therapist to regain control of your schedule. It's such a juggle managing client needs and documentation, and time blocking is the answer to all of your problems. Make sure you stick around to the end because we are going to talk about what you can do if your workload feels unmanageable and you are actually taking work home and doing that in the evenings and the weekends. We need that to stop. That's not a good idea. So stick around for all the tips and tricks. Make sure that you subscribe and like and share this content. I'm Michelle Newby and I'm from Stepping Up.
Hi guys, I'm here today to talk to you about time blocking. Now, time blocking is an amazing tool that you can use to get control of your schedule and kind of claw back some time in your week. So I'm going to take you through time blocking today because we've implemented it at Stepping Stones Therapy for Children and our therapists are loving it, and it's really making a meaningful difference to their stress levels and their ability to, just feel like they're on top of their workload. So the first thing that you need to do when you're thinking about time blocking is grouping or clustering similar activities in your week. So what you need to do is you need to think about, okay, so I am going to organize my week. I'm going to plan ahead and organize my week, and I'm going to arrange all of my outreach sessions either on a morning or on a particular day, and then I'm going to arrange my in-clinic sessions all together on a morning or an afternoon or a particular day. So that's going to stop you from like going in and out of the clinic. It's a bit ineffective kind of traveling to and from the clinic when you can just cluster those outreach visits all together. So what you can also do is cluster your report writing and note-taking time. So you can, what we've done at Stepping Stones is we have all of our therapists have like produced an ideal schedule. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what I mean here. So this is a sample of an ideal schedule for one of our therapists. So what you can see, they've provided this therapist here. We've got week 1 and week 2, and you can see through the days. And what she's done is she has designated outreach blocks, admin blocks, and clinic visit blocks throughout her whole week. So she knows that she's got time to do the reports and to do the documentation that she needs to do. And she's counted up, she knows what her KPIs are or her billables, and she's been able to figure that out through her week and make it work. Yeah, what we're hearing is that having an ideal calendar, sitting there and time blocking and planning out your week is really decreasing the stress of the workload that we're carrying. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is you want to make sure that you're having buffer times between sessions. So if you've got if you know you've got an outreach block, what you want to do is make sure you've got a buffer of time before that so that you can plan and get all your resources together, and then a time afterwards so that you can sit and do your progress notes. So that's really important to think about that. If you're, sometimes we have to see clients back to back, and that's okay, but what you do need to do is just make sure that you've got time before and time after, so that you've got planning time and note-taking time. Really important to try and do that. So if you think about your week, think about how you want it to look, and then work with your schedulers around getting that all set up in your calendar. So what you also want to do is you want to think about scheduling in your breaks. Now, there's always more work to be done. There is always more work to be done in the pediatric space. And we're all very caring people who we just want to sort of go above and beyond. But actually, if we don't take our breaks, then we're at risk of burning out, and that's not going to serve anyone. So please schedule in your breaks. You know, if you whatever your clinic is using as a practice management tool, we use Clinico at Stepping Stones. You can do like a rolling lunch break so that it's in there and you know you are taking your lunch break. So what we try to do here at Stepping Stones is encourage our therapists to, you know, take a walk outside, get out in nature. For me, I like to do a bit of mindfulness. I'll like, you know, look at the leaves on the trees fluttering and the birds, and it just helps me to kind of really recharge myself and have a more productive afternoon when I've taken that break, I've gotten outside, I've gotten some fresh air, I've done some mindfulness. So do schedule in your breaks. Make sure you do that. When you're scheduling, you need to also think about the client priorities. So if you have clients that have a greater need, you know, maybe some clients might be in crisis, so you're going to need to see them more frequently. Make sure you're just scheduling those in. Or if you've got rolling appointments for clients, which a lot of OTs in the NDIS space will have that. So, you know, maybe they've booked, you know, 10 sessions. What you want to do is get those into your calendar on a rolling basis, so that you know those sessions can be done and you can organize your time around those sessions as well. The thing with schedules and human beings is that nothing ever runs like clockwork, really. And, you know, there's always something that comes up. You know, there's often, you know, an emergency report that needs to be written like yesterday, or, you know, there might be a client that suddenly needs a session, you know, out of the blue. So we do need to stay flexible. You know, it's good to have an ideal calendar. It's good to time block, definitely. And that should be, you know, your standard way of operating, but just knowing that there is flexibility within that to meet the needs of whatever might come up. One thing that I always talk to the therapist here at Stepping Stones about is, you know, if you get that emergency report that needs to be done, you know, particularly in the NDIS space, it's okay to use that child's face-to-face OT session. Instead of offering that face-to-face OT session, using that time to write the report. So, you know, you can't magic time out of nowhere. You need to get that time from somewhere. And so it's okay to use that face-to-face session to do that report writing if you need. You need to agree that with the family, obviously. But yeah, if they need that report so urgently, then it's okay to do that in that client's clinical time. The other thing I just wanted to touch on is, you know, I hear a lot of stories about therapists thinking the expectation is that you'll do work outside of your contracted work hours. And if that's the expectation in your workplace, I'd be having a little think about that. So, you know, a healthy workplace is one that really takes care of your well-being, and you need to be able to switch off when you get outside of work so that you can look after your well-being and your mental health. So at Stepping Stones, we discourage strongly therapists from working outside of hours. If you can't get your work done in your work hours, then we need to have a conversation about what's happening for you. Maybe there's too many kids on your caseload, or maybe we need to think about some time management strategies, or you know, we might need to problem solve that together. So if you're taking work home at the weekends or you're working after hours, make sure you're having a conversation with your supervisor about, you know, how you can get a better balance in your life. Let's get in there and let's do some time blocking. Let's like claw back control of our weeks, because that's what we all want and what we all need. So if you liked today's content, amazing. Make sure you share with your friends, click like and subscribe, and stick around for more awesome content just like this.